Welcome into the video, welcome into the channel. Hope everyone is doing well out there. Today we're back here with the LG C3 with the PlayStation 5, and in this video I'm going to show you a reason, and in my opinion it's a pretty big reason, why you might want to consider another option if you're in the market to buy a new gaming TV. Now, before I dive into everything, if you're new to the channel, I appreciate you hitting the play button on the video. If you do enjoy the content, consider hitting that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you don't miss my future uploads, and of course hit the like button so it helps get my videos circulated out to more people. But with that out of the way, in a TV world where something like the Samsung S90C exists, this has really complicated things for LG within this particular space. Now, I want to preface this by saying that this video is not necessarily meant to be a deterrent to buying a C3. It's more of bringing awareness to something within the features that might alter your particular decision when buying your gaming display. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And you can see here I have Modern Warfare 3 pulled up here on the PS5. And can I just say, man, Call of Duty did an excellent job with the remake of this particular map, which is Underpass. I mean, this looks absolutely beautiful here on the C3. But anyway, so let's go ahead and dive in. And the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna take the remote, and I know it's dark in here, but I'm pressing the settings button. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna pull up this game dashboard. And that's gonna be the center for discussion for today's video, which is this game dashboard. And I'm gonna go ahead and say that I really like what LG's doing here with this interface. It's really clean. I like that you have 4 pillars of information here. And if you weren't aware, you can actually edit what you see here. So I just have chosen to have your frames per second counter, your resolution, whether VRR is on or off for the game you're playing, and of course whether HDR is on or off. But you notice right here in the center, this is where we're gonna focus our attention and where the problem lies, which is this picture mode selector. Now, I'm gonna show a clip of this working properly on my C2, which is my primary gaming display. And what you notice right away when you come back to this is that it appears to be grayed out, and that's a problem because one of the primary reasons that I bought the C2 for gaming was the ability to, depending on the game genre I'm playing, is the ability to go right here, just press the settings button on the remote. As you can see, I'm in the middle of the game. Press the settings button on the remote and toggle these on the fly. If I'm playing something like Call of Duty, I'm more than likely going to have it on the FPS mode. And then you're not just stuck with having on the FPS mode based on LG's recommendations. You could still go in here to the game optimizer while in game and still make changes to your picture mode to your liking. You know, really cool stuff from LG. But on the C3 versus the C2 and the C1, you notice right here it's grayed out. This is a problem. But let me show you real quick how you can fix this momentarily. What you're going to want to do is click on the All Settings button, and this is going to take you into the full settings menu now. And from here, you're going to click on Sound. See this one down here called Game Optimizer? I'm going to select that, and you notice nothing changed in the background, no screen flash, nothing letting you know anything has changed. Let me go ahead and press the settings button to pull the dashboard back up, and look at what you notice right here. See how this is now available and unlocked? And I'm going to go ahead and show you. When I press the right button on the remote, it now goes to the RPG mode, RTS, sports, so on and so forth. They're standard. This is how this particular feature should work all the time. This is a problem because, again, the C2 and the C1 got this right. And for whatever reason, this is now messed up with the C3. So if you're somebody that is in the market and you're considering the C3 as a gaming display purchase, okay, this is gonna be gaming TV first and content is far behind, or maybe I'll watch content every now and then, but this is really for a gaming display. This is something that you wanna consider because if you have an AV receiver or a sound bar and you obviously want your sound to play through that while you're gaming to have that immersive experience, you're not going to be able to enjoy the ability to go in here and manipulate which game type or game genre you select for your settings for that particular game because of what I just showed you, And I don't want to keep Game Optimizer as the sound on the TV. So I'm going to go ahead and set this back to FPS, or I'm going to put it on standard. Okay, let's just put it back on standard where it'll start. And now I want to play the TV speakers to the sound mode that I selected. I go back in here, I do select mode, I put it back on music. Now the sound is back where I want it. I click the settings button on the remote, and look what's happened. It has now locked me out of making any changes. And you're not just locked out right here. You go back into the Game Optimizer, you're now locked out of making changes here. Look, notice how this is grayed out? You can no longer make the change even from here. It would be a slight inconvenience if for whatever reason this particular issue was, basically excluded to just here. If you just couldn't make the change here, but you had to do one extra step, which is click Game Optimizer, and you could still make the change here, okay, that's a minor annoyance, and I probably wouldn't even make note of it. But the fact that the only way to get around this is to go into your sound settings and make changes. I'm going to click Advanced Sound Settings because it's just a little faster. But the only way to get around this is to go in here and change the sound mode. And while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and show you, another different one. So let's put it on standard, okay? You're thinking, well, that's probably how it's going to be out of the box. Standard, that has to be right, correct? Let me click that. Look, still locked out, okay? This is a problem. But I first thought, maybe this is just a bug, and we'll get a future firmware update that will patch this and everything will be good. The issue here is at the timing of filming this video, we're in January 2024. The C3 came out February, March, April timeframe, somewhere in there, 2023. So the TV has been out for nearly a calendar year, and LG has pushed out many firmware updates throughout the year, and this has not been resolved, which leads me to believe that it's not a bug, but something inherently wrong with the software on the TV itself. And I would be very surprised if LG is unaware of this issue. And the fact that this still has not been patched nearly a year in of the TV's production lets me know that this is not a bug that they will patch out with the next update. This is something inherently wrong with the software, and likely something that LG hasn't figured out a way to fix. So, and we're right around the corner from the 2024 year TVs coming out. That includes the LG B4, C4, G4, and M4. I'm going to be looking forward to see if LG returns to form and they once again have this working properly, because right now, while I still would not have a big issue recommending the LG C3 for a gaming TV, this is a pretty big inconvenience in my opinion, and I would probably be more likely to recommend the C2. Considering that I own both the C2 and the C3, there's not enough upgrade in the C3 compared to my C2 that I would have no problem at all actually recommending the C2 for a gaming display, even though we're in 2024 now. If you're able to find a C2, discounts are really good on those right now, but will be even better come like Super Bowl time frame when they roll out the next big set of sales for the TVs, and especially the older TVs, they're looking to clear inventory. The C2 would be an excellent choice for a gaming display, and I can tell you right off, the gaming features within this dashboard and within the optimizer work just fine. So again, this video was not necessarily meant to be a deterrent to buying the C3. It was just more of something to bring attention that if you're in the market for a new gaming display and you're considering the LG C3, it's an excellent gaming display with this problem that will cause an inconvenience for you if you're going to be changing the genre modes within right here. Now, if you're just going to set the C3 up, plug a console or two in, and you don't care anything about changing these modes, you're good to go. This video is not necessarily speaking to you, but as you can see here, you're not going to be able to change the game genre. You will be able to change the settings within the game itself. As you can see here, I could still make changes to stabilizer. You know, I can make changes to sharpness, color depth. The issue here is that one of the perks for the game dashboard is the ability to customize different genres. So you can have a genre specifically set up for your FPS games, and then you could turn around and have a different one set up for your RPG games. You don't have to have the settings all mixed up and morphed into one. You know, you play Call of Duty, you put it on the FPS genre, you have your settings already tailored to that, you're off and running. But then you're done playing Call of Duty and you're gonna play an RPG style game, you just ordinarily would just click the right button or left button on your remote, cycle to RPG, you've already dialed in the settings on RPG mode, you're good to go. It's just that quick. The problem here is that it's not working, it's locked. And it's locked behind changing the sound mode. For the 2023 model TVs, you're seeing more and more discounts applied to them, and you're probably, you know, and you might be approaching a time frame that makes sense for you to upgrade your TV purchase. The C3 is still an excellent choice for your gaming needs, but as you could see here, there is going to be an inconvenience involved with it if you care about changing the game genre mode. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you learned something here that helps you make your buying decision, and comment below if you weren't aware of this and it's now changed your buying decision, or if it changes anything at all. Leave me some comments below. Let me know how you feel about this, and if this would change your buying decision on whether you would get the C3 or not. Let me know what you think below. But again, I'll say, if you're new, consider hitting that subscribe button. Of course, consider hitting that bell notification. And of course, hit the like button. Really helps out and support the channel. But with all that being said, as always, until the next one.